Hey, what's up? It's Mike from 40k Dirtbags, and in this next episode, we are going to continue painting faces. We are going to go from tabletop ready, which is as fast as possible. So in the first episode, we did contrast. Now we're going to move into the more traditional method, and then we're also going to go over all the sexy stuff, painting eyes, and then also the shaved head effect. So let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, like and subscribe. We appreciate you. And if not, hey, whatever, dude. If you want more information, check out 40kdirtbagsllc.com. This is where you can join the Dirtbag Nation. And then also, if you want follow-on coaching from one of the top 40k players in the world, Derek Abshay, you can check that out on Patreon. For me, I spent 21 years in the Marine Corps, retiring from the reserves as a Force Reconnaissance platoon sergeant. And after my fourth overseas deployment, my son wanted to go to a game store, and we went, and he got me into 40k. 40k has completely changed my life. And it was my 40k friends that helped me through divorce, helped me through alcohol, and just transitioning out of the Marine Corps in general. And with all of that, I wrote a book. You can check that out at tabletopgamingforlife.com. The book is coming out in July, and for me, the hardest transition from other hobbies like competitive shooting, skydiving, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and then 40k was the difference between immediate action and response, right, versus delayed consequences or delayed success, right? So for me, my entire adult life revolved around immediate actions. I see the problem, I deal with the problem. Versus Warhammer 40,000, I am presented with a problem, I come up with a solution, and I don't know the results of my effort until the end of my next opponent's turn. So for me, 40k has been not only the most satisfying hobby I've ever been a part of, it's also been flat out the most difficult. And so yeah, check that out. Quick recap from the last episode. We started with contrast, the fastest, most efficient, easiest way to paint. So go ahead, check out that video if you want to see how I did this dude's head in about 5 minutes. And then from here, I varnished it. I'd recommend varnishing before painting on top of contrast. So let's do it. All right. We got this dude's head right here. It's the same one. So let's just knock this out. Traditional method, you're gonna start by painting the face first, whereas with contrast, for an example, I started with the all the darker colors. So I did the like part of the helmet first, and then everything else. Now, a big key with the traditional method is thinning your paints. If you guys are familiar with Duncan Rhodes, he was one of the big GW painters. It was kind of a running joke in the painting community. Thin your paints, mate. But I would definitely do that. If it becomes a little translucent, even this base coat, then that's fine, dude. Just put on another layer. But you definitely don't want thick ass paint. All right, so before I wash, um, I'm gonna use Kislev Flesh, and for this, just gonna hit the forehead, the eyebrows. And that brush is really thick. All right. For wash, I'm just going to use Reikland Flesh Shade. Big difference between washes and contrast is it's sort of similar. You're still pushing the wash into the recesses, but you're definitely not loading up the brush in the same way that you did for contrast. All right, cool. So for my palette setup, I'm gonna get all the colors I need, and I'll put a drop or two of medium glaze around the colors that I'm gonna want to kind of blend, and then I can just mix on the go. Oops, gosh darn, freaking bottles. All right. All right, so for this, I'm going to focus mainly on the hard transitions around the cheeks and then like around the head. I'm going to avoid the eyes for now, and I'll explain that when we get there. So I'm just going to take some of these colors, just gonna mix them slightly into the glaze. You want almost like a translucent. You can check on your thumb. A little too translucent. A little better. So the glaze is almost like a you're blending the colors together. So from here, I'm going to go to the eyes. So I have a darker brown, and what you want to do is you want to paint inside the whole eye first. Almost like big ass black eyes. And what this does is it creates the shadow. Yeah, so something like that. Let's try that. This doesn't need to be, I mean, super precise. Again, check on your thumb, because we will clean all of this up later. And that is the secret of layer painting. You got to imagine the model like almost 3D, and you want to look at what is the deepest or hardest part to paint, and that's what you paint first, and then you just essentially cover everything up just to make it look pretty. You don't want to cover up the brown. So you can see here that they're kind of off. And even with that, no, I need to fix that. fix this side. Yeah, we can work with that. So again, it's one of those things where it's going to look like shit for a little bit, and that's fine. My rule of thumb painting when I first started was I'm just gonna keep painting until I say fuck it, I'm done. And that usually works. If you want to get really sexy with it, we'll try. We'll try to do like a little hint of blue. So I'm going to test on my thumb first. That looks fine. Just going for the middle. You can almost do almost like a streak. Some guys use markers for this, which is fine. It's whatever. You just want to make sure you're not covering up all of the white. All right, then we take some black. Do a quick test on our thumb. Looks good. And now with this, you're not trying to totally cover up the blue. You see, even with these, like, it looks really bad, but it's fine. We will fix that. So I'll take my darker color, and I'm not going to use glaze paint for this. And by that, I mean I'm not going to use blended. And then I'm going to paint back over the cheekbones. Let's get some blushing going. We just take a red. Really want to thin that down. Let's put some blushing on the cheeks. You do reds or purples. Again, if it's too dark, which it is, and that's fine, we will just uh, thin down our left flesh. Just clean that up, and I'm just trying to hit just right below the eye, and then his cheekbones, like where his bags are. It's fine if it's messy. Go back and clean that up. Actually, while I'm here, I'm just gonna do the grays as well for the bald head effect. So again, same concept. Really thinny down gray. Check on your thumb, see what it looks like. It's a little too light. Just gonna use a dark brown. All right, so even on camera, you can kind of see these like harsh transitions just with the gray, and that's fine. And then also with the pink in the cheekbones, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to our skin tones. We're gonna mix them in with our glaze. Totally cover up our work. We want it to blend. Let's try this. I don't think I like that. So when this happens, no big deal. No big deal. We are just going to hair dry and then do it again. Cool. And here's the other thing. When you're super zoomed in with a camera, it definitely always looks worse. But I'll post pictures with this dude on the model. Hope you enjoyed it, and later.